Hey guys, this is one of the HRS, one of the 6. It's one of the ones that had was completely locked up, and I soaked the bearings in WD-40 and then drained it, and then soaked it again, then drained it, and then added some oil and got it freed up without having to take the motor apart. So I could, if I was going to be using it, I would definitely do some more work on it because the bearings are still pretty loud, and I don't think they're as free as they could be. Frankly, you just got to keep doing the same thing, adding WD-40 and draining it, adding WD-40 and draining it, and then adding oil, and eventually it'll get pretty quiet. It will never be silent if you do it that way. If you want it silent, you got to do new bearings. So, but I thought I had it as freed up as it was going to get, and then I hung it, and it seems like it could do a little more. But either way, it runs pretty good. By the way, in the process of taking it apart, because I did have to take everything apart except the motor itself in order to do it, the process of taking it apart, I found a date. These are from 1991, which shocked me. They look like a 1980 fan, and I had no idea that the fans of this design were still being made, especially because we have found 80s era gold lines relabeled HRS, and so I have not the faintest idea how this happened. I've also seen these in Century stores where the fans were installed, presumably in the 70s. So again, that's very confusing, but they've got 1991 written on the inside of it, so unless someone took the fan all the way apart to write a date on it later, or they wrote a future date on it, I don't see why else that would be the case. So, okay, down here, got amp meter for speed control. Let's start it on low, which is 0.26. Yeah, you can see it's still a little stiff here on low. Like I said, when I had it on the bench, it seemed like it was freed all the way up based on the way it was spinning by hand. And even then when I plugged it in with no blades and let it spin down, it had an insanely long spin down time, so I thought things were pretty good, but it wouldn't normally be this low. On low, I did test the capacitor too. Capacitor tests good. Just because the bearings are a little stiff. Let's bump it up. And then take it back to low and see if that helped it any. I bet if I let it run overnight, it would probably also free up a lot more. Just lost the light there. I have to check that out, but not in the middle of the video. I wonder how that happened. Okay, let's go up to medium, low, 0.58. I don't remember what it was in the other video. Remember, these are rated at 1.9 amps, although the last one didn't draw anywhere near 1.9 amps. You can start to hear the bearing noise now. I think I can do the next one quieter because, in this case, I WD-40'd both the upper bearing and the lower bearing, and I'm pretty sure it's just the upper bearings that are rusted shut. So if I just do the upper bearing, then we won't have any noise from the lower bearing, theoretically. That's the one downside to cast iron fans, is the cast iron amplifies the bearing noise. You can hear it. It sounds like a whirring sound. Okay, medium. High, 0.95. I can't believe the light just went out in the middle of the video. It's really got something against me, this light. Still at 0.92. Okay, let's go up to high. dropped to 1.07, 1.07, 1.06. It was ticking back and forth to 6. Let's see, it's staying at 7 now. As soon as I take the camera off, it'll go back to 6. Okay. So let's spin it down. I can't believe that light went out. Right in the middle of my video. And that's a new light that I just added. I had a single bulb fluorescent light over there, and I wanted some more light, so I switched it for a double. Bastard is over there. It even made a sound when it died. I mean, I got tons of fluorescent fixtures, so that's not an issue, but and it could just be the bulbs or a connection or something, but still, in the middle of my video. I don't know if I mentioned it, these are the same blades from the previous fan. I have not unpacked and cleaned the rest of the blades, just this one set. Also, I think I mentioned I'm going to go over the bottom of these motors with white spray paint. I'm not going to do like a refinishing job or anything like that. I'm just going to give it a little dusting just to mask some of the scuffs there on the bottom. Because they won't buff out, I tried. They go clear through the iron. From this distance, it doesn't look bad, but it being a smooth round motor, it's pretty noticeable. There it is. Second cast HRS. Thanks for watching.